If you're thinking about making a move up here to the Boise, Idaho area, one of the biggest decisions that you will have to make is where do you actually want to live? What city is going to draw you to it the most? Of course, you're going to find all sorts of videos on YouTube. You're going to find a ton on my channel that break down each of these areas, all the amenities that you can have, the type of life, how small, how large, all sorts of stuff. But a huge part about relocation and buying a home is the actual financial component, the buying of the home. So when you're looking at these areas, one half is going to be what gives us the lifestyle that we want, the amenities, the services, etc. But the other half is where do you find a good value? Where does your dollar go a little bit further? Where are you potentially paying a premium, but it might be worth it for you? So in this video, I'm going to take a crack at this exact question. I'm going to take you into the computer and we're actually going to look at kind of what a budget in the 700,000s would get you kind of all around the Treasure Valley. Our housing market up here has exploded over the last 5 to 10 years, but you're definitely going to see some distinct differences from city to city. What your money gets you in Boise is going to be very different than what it gets you in Caldwell and everything in between. So the hope is that showing you some examples will kind of show you where you might want to gear your search based off how big, what the cost is, all of that, but also give you a little bit more of that context into how all of these cities kind of come together. The median prices, I'm going to try and touch on them a little bit. Basically, very, very simply, closer to Boise, the more expensive things will be. Eagle, gonna be the most expensive. As you get out into Canyon County, Caldwell, Nampa, things will stretch just a little bit further. And there are of course reasons for this, but in this video, I'm just gonna show you what's out there. So as a reminder, before we head into the computer, I am a licensed agent up here in the area. So if you have any questions at all about any of this, you want a little bit more information, you wanna know why something costs more than you could possibly imagine, all my information is down below. Shoot me a text, shoot me an email, I'll send you what I got. And this will be the first of this type of video at a few different price points. So hit that subscribe button down below. That way you can see the next one at the price point that you might be looking at. But let's hop right into the computer. In front of you, you're gonna see everything that's currently on the market in that $700,000 to $800,000 range here in the Treasure Valley. So Treasure Valley, we're really looking at the Boise Metro area. Think of this big circle as kind of what I'm talking about. We got Boise over here. We got Meridian in the center, Eagle to the north, Kuna to the south, and then Star, Middleton, Caldwell, Nampa kind of finishing that circle. As you're looking at everything in front of you, obviously there's a ton of green dots here. I'm not going to go through all of these, not even close. I'm going to take out a couple in each of the towns just so that I can give you some context as, hey, you might be spending $750K. What does that get you in Boise versus out here in Nampa? And then where does that lead you to kind of feel like, okay, I'm okay paying more and getting a little smaller house versus I want the most bang for my buck. Let's get out there. Very easy rule of thumb for our area, and this is going to be oversimplified. We're talking housing prices and value. Eagle, that's always going to be the highest. So you're going to see as we're going through, those might look a little smaller. Once I do a video on the 500,000-600,000s, you're going to see less and less dots in there. Part of why I started with 700 is there's options like that all over our valley. Everything else outside of Eagle being the most expensive, the proximity to Boise is really going to drive where they rank in terms of price. So Meridian's going to be right behind Boise. Then you're going to have Kuna and Star kind of after that. Then you're going to have Nampa, Caldwell, Middleton being a little bit more affordable. As you jump in though, we're going to start in Boise and just kind of make our way around. This first one that I want to show you. So we're going to be at $775,000. This one is 2,400 square feet, 4 bed, 2.5 bath. You're going to see that a couple of things that I always like to point out is this one's been on the market for a hot minute. So 173 days. I tell my clients all the time, people can list their homes at whatever they want. I could say that my home is a $3 million home, but until somebody buys it for that, it's really not worth that. So there's always a chance with some of these that they are a little bit overpriced. You're also going to see some that look like a really good value, and those are going to move a little quicker. So this one looks very, very nice though. So you're going to have a little bit newer. It's got the nice big fireplace. You're going to have what looks like engineered hardwood throughout the entire thing. You've got some elevated touches to where this isn't just that very basic starter level home, but at 775,000, that might be what you're kind of looking for or expecting from them. Got a nice window in the pantry, which I'm always a fan of, appliance shelf. As I'm going through, you're going to see tile shower, mud room. Backyard is quite small. You're going to have a little patio, and then you're going to have a very small little grass section, hence why there's not even a picture of it. But that's going to be the first one here in Boise. So you're going to be out in Southeast Boise for this one. So as you zoom out again, Southeast Boise is here. Location is a big driver of value out in this area. So Bound Crossing is right here. I don't know if it'll appear on Redfin, but in here are all sorts of different restaurants. You're gonna have a candy shop, the tavern, Nara, restaurants, bars, little boutique shops. So Bound Crossing is a cool place to be, but that's what kind of drives the price there. Then when you look over in Barber Valley and stuff, you're gonna see a similar thing. But when I was talking about at different price points, you're gonna find more green dots or less green dots. As I zoom in on this Southeast Boise range, there's a reason you're not going to find a ton. The values out here are just a little bit higher. As you come a little bit closer to the university and the bench and such, you're going to start to find some more. Downtown, predominantly, those are going to be your condos and such. But as we continue, one of the areas that right now is just people are kind of flocking to it, they like it, is this West Boise region. So what this is it's going to have a similar suburb feel as Meridian and Eagle, but it's going to be a little bit more established. So this one is going to be at $785,000. Compared to the last one, it's going to be quite a bit bigger. We're going to be around 700 square feet bigger, just under 3,100 square feet. But the main difference of this one is that you're going to be at 0.35 acres, whereas the last one, you were all the way down at, I believe that comes out to about 0.08 acres. So as you get a little bit further away from Boise and those areas that are a little more walkable, etc., you're going to see that you can get a lot more land for your money. So that other one is about 10K more and you're getting a much bigger lot. But for some people, that's a draw. For some people, that's a downside. As we're looking at it, though, you're going to see really nice on the outside. It was built in 2004, but it looks like it's been really well taken care of. A lot of nice stone touches. You're going to see the woodwork on the inside, crown molding. This house is absolutely stunning for 2004. Kitchen, still, it is definitely dated when you look at the design and such, but it's not dated to the point where you feel like you need to gut it. This is the kind of wood style on the cabinets, the stain that is coming back. Tile countertops, but they have the look of granite, so you can kind of see past that for a little bit. You're gonna have a little older appliances, but you still got stainless steel, you still got gas. And then as we kind of go through, you're gonna see all of the different rooms that you're gonna have. So you're gonna have an office, a couple of guest bedrooms with a guest bathroom on one side. 3 of these rooms, or 2 of the rooms, the master and this one, are gonna have access to the backyard as well as out of your kind of kitchen dining room area. The master is absolutely huge. Goodness. You got a fireplace in the master. Crown molding again is in every single room in this house. Separate tub and shower, tile. You got the dual vanity. Something that we've seen throughout the years is 2004, big double vanities, big walk-in closets, those sorts of things just weren't as important. People wanted that space in the master bedroom. So this one's actually a perfect example of the square footage might be the same, but now we put a little bit more of a premium on the bathroom, on the closet, and we're willing to sacrifice in the room just a little bit. But even when we're looking at it, you still got the 2 sinks. Closet still is a fine size. So you got a ton of stuff here, here, here. And then behind the door, you actually have some kind of drawers and a dresser. So I've seen this one in person. It's pretty nice. As you continue around though, one of the main draws with this one is you're gonna have a big, big bonus room upstairs with a full bathroom. You're gonna have this like little tech closet here, but this one is all about the lot. It's about the backyard. You got this massive patio going all the way along the house, master over here, gonna have the guest bedroom here, kitchen, dining. You've got some concrete curbing. You've got some space over here. If you ever want to put a shed, you might want to pull something back there. Check with your HOA. But overall, that's going to be the house here. So when you're comparing the 2 of them, you're starting to see that, oh, how do I get out of here? There you go, technical difficulties. When comparing those 2, location, very, very different. Southeast Boise is a very different feel than West Boise. But you're getting a much bigger home, getting a 3-car garage. You're getting something that still is in extremely good condition, but the lot size. If you want walkability and you want new, you're going to be down here. So as we continue though, we're going to go through and start with Meridian. So in Meridian, around that 700,000 range, you're going to see this one, which is down in Movado Estates. So this is in South Meridian, pretty close to Boise. This one's a Zach Evans construction home, which if you've watched my channel for any sort of length of time, you know I absolutely love them. They are fantastic at what they do. I feature them a few times on the channel and I can't say enough good things about them. So as you're seeing, you're going to have engineered hardwood. You're going to have a nice, huge tile fireplace with the hearth that kind of is floating. As you continue through, you're going to see nice tall ceilings, the updated cabinetry, Bosch appliances, dedicated dining area. You're gonna have a big room here. This is what I'm talking about with a much bigger dual vanity. This one, I believe, was built, let me look, 2019. So about 15 years later, and you can see how the space priorities and stuff have just really changed. This one does not have a tub. It just has that walk-in shower kind of behind here, full tile, big master bedroom. You're gonna have your powder bath with, again, some of those small touches. So you're gonna have that tile going up to the ceiling. Guest bedroom. You're gonna have full tile surround on that guest bathroom. Really cool tile on the floor. I also like these green doors. They're just a little different. You're gonna have a mud bench here, or a little bit of an everyday kind of throw area. Laundry room dedicated, tile, cabinetry, all of the stuff that you would want in that sort of room. Then you're gonna have a really good sized patio. So you're gonna have the high ceiling here continuing. Gonna have a couple spots if you wanna throw a TV up for the fall. You're gonna have an okay sized backyard. They put in some privacy things. Yard here is not gonna be as big as the one over in West Boise, but you are just a little bit lower in price. You're about 20K down. And this home is a lot newer and what we would classify, if you're really comparing, a little bit of a higher level builder. 3-car garage still, more of that modern look. Both of them were single levels. So a lot of stuff to like about those two. When we're looking at these though, location wise, this is, so just so that I know I'm gonna get the question sometime. This one is West Boise, but this one's technically Meridian. Meridian kind of floats, that border floats between Cloverdale and Eagle Road, but that one's over here. So you have really good proximity to the highway. There's all sorts of stuff popping up on Overland, so you have really good access to all of the services that you would want. Movado Estates has a pool, just a really nice little option. Continuing south a little bit more is gonna be our next one, and this one is gonna be a brand new home. So this one's gonna be in the new community of Skybreak. It's by BlackRock Homes. You're gonna be just around 710,000, just under 2,100 square feet, so we're getting a little bit smaller, but you're getting brand new. Brand new will always have a premium on it. It just does. It's sexy. Nobody has made it smell yet. Nobody's done anything. It is yours. The things that I do want to point out here is, though, obviously price is a little bit lower, but you're going to have this big kind of RV boat garage onto the side. Everything's going to be new. BlackRock does a good job with some of these touches. You're going to see the stuff on the ceiling, fireplace, very clean, very modern, but it isn't sanitary modern. So you're going to have all of the white. You're going to have some nice understated backsplash here, but you're still going to have the warmth with the gold. You're going to have the wood accents, engineered hardwood floors, high level appliances. Here again, you're going to see the emphasis that newer homes put on the bigger kind of vanities. You're going to have an actual separate tub here with the shower, full tile in the back, big closet. This is going to be your guest bathroom. So again, one of the things that we see with value is here in those guest baths, that non-primary stuff. You want to look at countertops. You want to look at how's the tile in the shower done. A lot of builders will try and kind of cheap out in some of these other areas and give you laminate countertops, or they'll give you just that kind of insert of a shower. They're completely fine. They're really easy to take care of. But if you're comparing it to other homes at that same price point, you really do want those touches. You want somebody that thinks about that, and that's where the value of a home really comes. As we're going through, you're gonna see this is just the backyard. Oh, very quick picture. This lot is not gonna be huge, but it's kind of gonna be in the middle. So it's at 0.16 acres compared to 0.35 of the last one, but it's double that first one. So that's gonna be kind of our first one here, is a nice little floor plan for you. But that's gonna be that second one over in South Meridian. As you're seeing, there's more dots in South Meridian than you're gonna find in North Meridian. There's literally this massive kind of goodness. Absolutely nothing's going on there, apparently. But then when we get over here to North Meridian, there's always gonna be a few of these. This is where you're gonna find master plan community, just central, Paramount, Bridge Tower, Bainbridge, etc. In Spurwing, this is a neighborhood that has some very high level homes. So this is kind of a country club, golf community, very highly desired. I can't think of the better word, but there are a few options right now that are in that $700,000 range, which isn't always the case. So you're gonna have a few here, but the one that I wanna highlight is this guy. So this is 6990 Moondrummer. We're gonna be at 790, so this is gonna be the highest one that we've seen yet. 2,300 square feet. This one is fully single level. One of the cool things with Spurwing, and there is a premium on it, is that you get access to the actual lifestyle membership as a part of your HOA dues. So that gives you access to the clubhouse, to the restaurant, the bar, some of the events. It won't give you access to golfing. That's an added charge if you decide that you want to do it. But having that in your HOA dues, At the end of the day, HOA dues are what they are. You just want to make sure that you're getting some value for them. So as we're going through, you're going to see some really nice woodwork. This is a very, very nicely built home. It is a little bit older. It's not super old, but it's a 2012. So you're going to see just some of the design choices. You can tell, but there's still the arches, which are making their comeback now. So don't fault them. As you're going through, you're going to have this wood going all the way through on the floor. You almost have a nice little soffit or reverse soffit up top. Kitchen, very, very warm. You have the black stained wood, and then you've got kind of more just that natural look. You're going to have granite, tile backsplash, still stainless steel appliances, very much like that bigger one in Meridian, but they're going to be a little bit more dated than some of the newer ones, of course. As we're going through, you still got a dedicated dining area, but a little bit smaller. You're going to find that in most homes here. The formal dining has kind of disappeared a little bit. In the master bedroom, you're going to have a nice coffered ceiling with some lights will be in this little guy here. A couple of windows and a door out to your backyard. Again, dual vanity, even in 2012, the emphasis was much more on here. These are actual separate ones, which is amazing. I'll let you guys choose who gets the bigger one and who gets the smaller one. Shower, big tile shower. You saw the tub. We've got a nice big closet. As you're seeing in here, this is kind of the den up front. Clicking through, you're going to have a couple of guest bedrooms. Again, even though it looks a little bit older, the nice countertop, the nice tile, those are a win. And then as you start to click through, we're going to end up dedicated laundry room out in the backyard. So this one is going to have a little bit of a smaller lot. It is nothing super small though. So this is actually going to be our second largest of the entire video so far. Part of that is there's a lot of space out in the front yard. But here in Spurwing, you're going to have a nice size backyard. It is a single level, so those always have a bigger footprint. But you're going to see the patios extended. You got the nice high patio ceiling. Still plenty of grass space. You're going to have some more mature landscaping. 3-car garage. This one doesn't have a fence. The wing fence is in yet, so you'd have to budget for that. But overall, there's a lot to like about that one. But again, where the value in Spurwing is going to be in that kind of just being in the neighborhood, having that lifestyle membership. If you were to take that same home and take it out of Spurwing, you're probably cutting about 50 grand of value off. But that's Meridian. So you're going to see again, as we zoom out to Boise and Meridian, there's a ton of options, but there's going to be little pockets that are a little bit different. And then you're going to find very different homes. So brand new out, or not brand new, but very new out here, more modern, small lot, a little bit more established, much bigger home, much bigger lot, just right there in the center, high quality build. You're going to have brand new construction, country club community, and that's where those prices will start to go. As I'm moving into Eagle, one thing that I do want to remind you is I am a licensed agent out here in the area. So if you have any questions about any of these specific things, drop me an email, drop me a text below. I'd absolutely love to help and I'll send you what I can, or I'll point you in the direction of something that might be a little bit of a better fit. But getting into Eagle, so the proliferation, that's not the right word, but the quantity of homes available in this price range, this is really where you're going to start to see a distinct difference. On this side of town, Eagle is right here. This is Star. There is a lot more in this budget range over in Star than there is in Eagle, but there are still going to be some options. So one of the first ones that I want to take you through, this is actually a new construction home by Sterling Homes over in Sterling Heights. So you're going to see that it's 2,100 square feet, 4-bed, 3-bath. You're going to have that 3-car garage. You're going to have that nice, sexy new home. As we're clicking through, you're going to notice that it has a lot of cool features that do make it a pretty desirable home. You got the sink over here. Typically, we're seeing them in the island. I'm liking this over off to the side. It makes your island so much bigger and more entertaining, friendly, etc. Gonna have nice big backsplash, nice custom cabinetry. Separate tub and shower, but it's gonna be a little bit of a smaller shower. You're gonna have those dual vanities. I'm gonna harp on this throughout the video, but even this one, it has some nice space, but for what a new home is today, this would be considered a little bit of a tighter double vanity, but it has the big drawers in the center, plenty of space for you and yours to kind of coexist. Not a ton of pictures with them being brand new, but you're going to see the backyard. It's nothing to write home about, but it does have some space. Fencing is included, everything here. So that's going to be your first option with Eagle. Again, this one was priced at, if I can get out of this darn thing, this one's priced at $745. So kind of right in the middle of the budget that we're looking at today. The other one, as I go over, is I'm going to take you over to one of our coolest communities that we have. It's Riverstone. So Riverstone is a nice kind of resort style community. They have one of the best pools in our entire area. They got some nice lakes going. They're building in this nice little beach for the residents. It's a nice community. It started about probably 5-6 years ago, and it's actually starting to get towards the end. They're working on some estate homes here. But this one, the specs, we're going to be at 775, 2,200 square feet. The home itself is going to be a pretty nice looking home. So you're going to have a nice little entryway. You don't have a neighbor on this side. You got a walking path, which is a pro and a con for some people. Really big wine cellar. So if you're wine drinkers, that is sweet. As you're entering, you're going to see some of those little touches. You're going to find some of that kind of wood planking up in your ceiling, high ceilings, nice floor to ceiling fireplace, small living room, definitely. Very small dining and living room. Once you kind of look at getting out to the backyard, there's not a lot of space there. As you're coming around, you're going to have the island. You're going to have a single oven, cooktop in the back. You're going to have your fridge. This should be your pantry. You do have some nice cabinetry, stained a couple of different colors, or they might be the same, just with yeah, they're the same. That's just the lighting that's messing with me. But you're going to have some nice hardwood floors. As we're coming around, appliance shelf. You're going to have a little tech area in the back. Then you're going to have a really nice sized master bedroom. So up until this point, one of the things that you're going to start to see in these more expensive neighborhoods is you're going to still get some really good stuff, but the home's going to start to feel just a little bit tighter because square footage is money. If they want to put something in that same price range, it needs to be quote unquote more affordable to bring it down a little bit. They got to take it from somewhere. And a lot of times that's the square footage that feels nice and large in some of the other homes. And then as we're clicking through, double vanity, you're going to see nice big tiles, separate tub and shower. Big walk-in closet. You're going to have another kind of bonus room here in the back, guest bedroom, dual vanity in the guest bath, which I think might be the first one that we've seen. In here, this is one of the things that I always like to look for. What I was saying about kind of the tubs and the showers and the countertops in your guest bathrooms. This right here, they did put the quartz in, so that's a win. Whenever I see this though, something tells me that is going to just be that insert, which again, they're very well easy to take care of. You could always do it differently. But when you're spending almost $800,000 on a home, it's okay to sit there and be like, I kind of expect not to have that in this home. As we click through, you're going to see a lot of the similar things, but this one, when we're looking at lot size wise, this is just about the same as that one in South Meridian. It's smaller than the one we just looked at in Spurwing. It's also going to be a little bit smaller than the one we just looked at on Morning Glory. So that was the last new one, that 3-car garage kind of white one, smaller than this one. So that one was 0.18 or 0.16. No, 0.18. Excuse me. Goodness. This one's 0.16. But this home is a lot smaller. So once you couple those together, a similar size lot, even if it's a little smaller, you're actually going to feel like you have more space. So something I talk with my clients a lot about. If you need a single level, I'm a single level guy. That's what we're looking for. But the footprints of those is going to be bigger. So a 2-story, same size home, everything, a 2-story on the same lot is going to make the lot feel huge. Single story has to spread out more. But also it's a matter of preference. Do you want the stuff inside? Do you want more space? Is that where you hang out? Or do you want more of a backyard? There's homes that'll give you both. There's homes in this neighborhood with the exact same yard. They're going to be bigger homes and vice versa. But yeah, that's going to be it. You're going to see here Riverstone kind of coming back here. They're almost done with a lot of these homes coming. This is going to be the big lake in the background. The beach will be there. You got some walking paths. This is actually the river coming through. It'll take you through all of your nice resort style amenities. It does a very good job. But that's going to be the 2 in Eagle. So you're going to see that you are paying a little bit of a premium. You're getting a little bit less home, but it's nothing overly drastic. These are still fantastic homes for that price. But this is where you, as you're thinking about you and your family, where do you want that money to go? Do you want it to go to the community or do you want it to go to the size? If you have 4 kids, this home is completely not on the table. That's where you might want to look at some of the other neighborhoods. And then I know I'm yapping a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up just a smidgen. But as we go into Star, you're going to find very similar homes in Star as you would in Eagle, but they're going to be a little bit more affordable. So we're going to be around 2,400 square feet for $709,000. This one over here is going to be 0.21 acres, so it'll be a little bit bigger than the last couple. As we're just going through real quick, you're going to see the engineered hardwood floors, a lot of the same features, tile shower in the guest, quartz countertops, big mud bench. you're just gonna see that there's a lot of things to like about this style of home. Cabinets going all the way to the ceiling. This is an absolutely stunning home. I like this little touch here. Different colored cabinets, coffee bar sort of setup. You got the nice shiplap fireplace, shiplap in the master, dual vanities. You got a really large tile shower with the glass door. Doesn't look like there's a tub in this one. Big walk-in closet, bonus room upstairs, and then a good sized backyard. You're gonna have a big patio here, but where the lot is, and there we go, on the side, you have a huge side yard. So this is still a pretty good lot, not a huge home, which is giving you some more grass space. The main difference that we see between Eagle and Star is of course going to be budget wise. I mean, the two that we just looked at in Eagle were both around that. Let me see, 745, 775, and that's kind of the lower end of budget in Eagle. Here in Star, you're going to start to see quite a little bit more value for your home. So 710,000 for bigger homes in both of those. Then as we come up here, you're going to find this one, 785,000. We're at 2,700 square feet, 3.3. This lot size, you're going to be right at that 0.19. So you're a little bit smaller than the last one. Got some nice modern features on the outside. You do have a little bit of that vaulted sort of cathedral ceiling in the back, but I love the way that it's matched by the patio. Big fireplace, tile all the way up. You've got the cabinets all the way up to the top. You got the lighting in the big cabinets at the top. I just said top like 4 times. You're going to have the under cabinet lighting here. Dual oven. I believe this one was a Venta home. Yes, this was definitely a Venta home. Venta is one of my favorite spec builders in the area. They actually come from the same team that was Todd Campbell Custom Homes, but that company has kind of focused on custom builds. And then Venta takes that same kind of approach, but they do only spec homes. Spec homes, everything's ready. You just have to move in. You can't make any changes and such, but Venta, they have a very high level of included features. So it always kind of stands out. So this one being a spec home, you can see there's just a lot of good things to love. And this is kind of what came with it. Big double vanity. You're going to have the big shower here. Nice soaker tub. Oh, they didn't take us into the closet, but I'm sure the closet was pretty good. You're going to have a mud room here going up to the bonus. Overall, just a fantastic little home. Outside, you got that nice cathedral, really well landscaped. You got some gardening, just a lot to like here. So again, if you're looking for something that is still on that similar quality as some of the things in Eagle, but you want to save a little bit of cash, head over to Star. And then as we go out, there's going to be kind of 2 groups that I like to go from here. So Middleton and Kuna. Both of those are kind of going to be that very small farm town feel. Middleton, if you're looking for very large lots or true small town, they have, I still think they're under 10,000 people out there. That's where you're going to want to look, as well as you're on the north side of the valley. Kuna is going to be a little bit bigger, but nowhere near Meridian, Eagle, Boise. This is where you're going to want to be, though, if you like more of that flat farmland. You're not going to have quite as big of lots out here. It's going to mirror Meridian just a little bit larger. But there are a couple of things out here that are just worth checking out. So as you can see, development hasn't really expanded much. This is an example, though, of what you can get in Kuna. So 2,800 square feet, 780,000. You're going to get a full RV garage. We haven't seen that in a lot of the homes in this price range. Nice stucco. You got some good landscaping. You're going to see the touches in the ceiling, stone along the fireplace, no cabinets to the ceiling, which we've seen in the last couple. As we're going through, you got the granite countertops, you got some backsplash, got a little bit of the farmhouse look going on. Big dual vanity in the guest bath, gonna have the guest bedroom. Here in the backyard, you're gonna have a pretty small little patio, which they did extend out. They got the hot tub over off to the side. Office, they had to install a ton of trees back there, so glad they already did it. Concrete curbing, that should give you some nice privacy from your neighbors. And then this is going to be the master bathroom. So this is one of the things that I wanted to point out is now in Star, you're getting into some of those higher level kind of structural features. We've seen the double vanity in almost every single home. I actually don't think we've seen one without it. But this one, now you're going to get kind of that separate vanity feel, but you're going to get that actual makeup vanity right there in the center, which that is a feature that you just don't see in a lot of homes until you get up into that higher price range. You're going to have tile, you're going to have the soaker tub, going up to the bonus room, but that's going to be one of your options down in Kuna. This one is going to be more of the, not established, but a little bit older of a home in Kuna. You're going to be right around 2018 there. But the absolute best community that I've seen in Kuna that's coming, this is going to be Valor. So I got a whole video on my channel, so go ahead and check it out. But Valor is a big kind of country club resort community that is coming. So it's big new construction. You're going to have Tricidia, you're going to have Berkeley, and you're going to have Shadow Mountain Homes in the all ages section up here on top. Down here, that's going to be a 55 and older kind of section. So that's going to be Shea Homes. As we look through these, you're going to see that a lot of these are much, much smaller homes on very small lots, but they're going to back up to a golf course. You're not going to have neighbors everywhere. This one is one that actually has a 3-car garage, 750,000. So we're going to be right in the center. But you're going to be 2,400 square feet. This one's going to be built by Berkeley, which is a builder that I would wholly recommend. As you're coming in, you got big entry, got a nice sized kitchen. You've got the updated appliances. You got cabinets almost going to the ceiling. They almost got there. As we're coming through, one of my big gripes, and I haven't said this on the channel in a minute, but when I'm walking through a home, the trash pullouts. I absolutely love the feature. It drives me crazy when some builders don't do them, but for some reason, they still haven't started doing them. But they got the really nice cabinetry. They got the good floors going. You got the countertops. You got a little bit of a raised ceiling in the main area once you get out of the kitchen. There you go. So you got a lot of space here compared to thinking of the one over in Eagle. That one was going to feel super tight. Now you're starting to be able to breathe just a little bit more. And this is in one of the tighter communities in Kuna. As we're clicking around, I'll take you into the master. So you're going to have a good size. You are going to have the separate vanities with a big tub in the center. Then you're going to have a walk-in, or not a walk-in shower, a shower here tucked in the back. This is one though. Oh, they kind of skipped over it. Here we go. So that's the shower right there. They just didn't put the camera in there. So you're going to have a tile walk-in shower there. For a hot second, I thought this was the same vanity, and they put an insert in your master, which would be wild at this price range. But you're going to have your guest bathroom here, still the quartz countertops, little backsplash cabinetry, but they did do the insert for the shower. Big walk-in closet. You got a couple of guest bedrooms. In one of your guest baths, they did do a tile surround, so that is a win. And then you're going to have this kind of, I don't know if it's considered a bonus or what it is, but it's kind of a bedroom sitting room setup. I've seen it in a couple of their floor plans. It can be extremely cool if you need it for somebody. It almost gives a little bit of that guest suite vibe. Gonna have a dedicated laundry room, mud bench, and then everything else will be all about the community. So Valor's gonna have a golf course. They're gonna have a big club. Think of everything I said about Spur Wing, but in Kuna/South Meridian. HOA dues and stuff out here will be much higher though, and they're gonna continue to get higher as more amenities come. So if you need more information about that, you know where to find me. But that's going to be the two in Kuna. So you're going to have a little bit more space. You're going to get newer. You're going to get high-level community RV garages, some features that you wouldn't get in Meridian, Eagle, Boise, Star. That's what shifts people down to Kuna. As you head up to Middleton, though, and if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for sticking with me. I know this is a lot of information to throw at you, but this is the reminder that if you do have an area or a price range that you want me to focus on after this one, this is kind of the overall, this is 700,000s, which is a pretty medium price range in our area. We got a lot that's higher and we have a lot that's smaller, but this will be the one that kind of has everything. Let me know, drop it in the comments, and that's where I'll feature next, because I'm going to try and go through and give you guys as much as I can in terms of different price ranges, medium prices, etc. So over in Middleton, this is where you're going to start to notice that very large difference. I know that I've been pointing out small differences between all of these when we're talking square footage, lot size. Middleton is the one where you're just going to get more home, you're going to get more land, you're going to get everything for that same price. So 3,300 square feet, we're at just about 750,000. The lot size on this one is going to be about 1/4 of an acre. This does look like it was a Toll Brothers build at the time. You're going to have the island here, nice big island post, cabinets going. I'm going to give that all the way to the ceiling. I'm going to give them the check mark because over here they did. I don't know why they were 1/2 inch there. But you're going to have the dedicated dining space. You got good cabinetry, really nice outside. They got the black window facade. As you're clicking through, this one is going to be a 2-story, so that 1/4 of an acre lot should feel even larger. A little bit of a basic fireplace here with just the tile surround. You're not going to see kind of the same ornate woodwork, kind of the ceiling details, anything like that in these ones. It's size and space. That's really the focus out here. Nice size master. As you come in, you're going to have your dual vanity sink, walk-in shower with the tile, with the glass as well. Walk-in closet, pretty basic though. You're not going to have the dividers. You're not going to have a mirror, kind of shoe shelves that we've seen in a couple. And then you're going to head upstairs. Bonus. Some pictures with some better lighting than others. And then once we get out back, there we go. So this one is going to be a 1/4 of an acre. Again, nothing absolutely crazy compared to what we've seen, but with it being a 2-story, you just have more space. So they took a solid chunk out back here for kind of raised beds. Then you're going to have good concrete curbing. They added a couple of trees. Patio is massive. You got some options with this one. There you go. That's a much better look at the size of the lot. This one does back up to more of a, not a main road, but non-neighborhood road, which is part of why it's leveled up here. You saw that the neighborhood did that, and they're probably adding this for some privacy. But overall, there's a lot to like, and the moral of all of this, and you've heard me say it a couple of times, is it's really just looking at, do you like this more than some of the others at the same price point? The only thing that you got to consider is, where do you want to be? Are you okay out in Middleton, where it might take you a little longer to get to stuff over here? If you want the stuff over here, that might be a deal breaker. If you don't care about that stuff, it doesn't matter. Live out here. And then as we kind of continue through, there's one more in Middleton, brand new construction. This one's going to be about a 1/2 acre. So you're going to see kind of as we go through quickly, big front yard, massive backyard. You're going to have a 3-car garage. You're going to get some beams on your ceiling. Kitchen cabinets, I've seen this one a couple of times. It drives me insane. They did not raise them at all, which is, I guess, the budgetary decision. As you're going through, you're going to have some good counter space, though. You do have the cooktop. You're going to have a double oven kind of tucked off to the side in this like little butler's pantry, I guess, area. And then as you look into the main area, they added a couple of cool light fixtures, no built-ins. We've seen those in a lot of homes. Then they did a very minimal, let's call it minimalistic, tile surround here with a wood mantle, but everything else is just that drywall, which if you're looking for something pretty simple, that could be your look, very clean. But a lot of times people want stuff around their fireplace. You had a big room there. You got the double vanities here. Mirrors would be installed. You got the walk-in shower, full tile, okay size closets. It actually looks like those were his and her closets, which makes them more than okay. And then really what I want to show you is they did do the insert in the guest bathroom right here, but they did also do some cool little, why am I forgetting the term? Beveled sinks kind of in there. So it's going to have some texture to it, something a little bit more unique, but come on. Backyard. So a 1/4 of an acre is massive. This is a huge lot. When you look at Meridian, when you look at Eagle, when you look at Boise, those large lots just aren't as available. If you need a 1/4 of an acre in Eagle, Star for the most part, Kuna, Boise, that's going to be a pretty good size lot. Then as you get up to the 1/3 of an acre and up, those are starting to get into the larger lots. Meridian, finding a 1/4 of an acre is tough. It's just a different market there. When you get out to Middleton, Caldwell, Nampa, what we're looking at now, this is where kind of that standard small lot's going to be a 1/4 of an acre and up. So just something as you kind of start your search, getting those expectations set. But you're going to have plenty of space with this one. So again, gorgeous exterior, really large lot. It has some nice features on the inside, but you are sacrificing some for getting that size lot, etc. As we come back, so that one's at $790. You're going to see that there isn't quite as much in Middleton. I don't put that up on Middleton quite as much. There's just a lot less homes. In all 3 of these cities here, this is where you're going to find kind of up here in the brown or at the top of this green. That's where you're going to find a lot of large lot, more estate style homes, and the prices for those just, they get up there very, very quickly. But overall, to wrap it up, we're going to look at a couple in Nampa real quick. So you're going to have very similar to some of the homes that we've seen, 3-car garage, new construction. They're going to have some of the features on the ceilings. You're going to have a nice sized kitchen. You got the ovens over here. You're going to have a cooktop, cabinetry. They do have a trash pullout. Built-ins in here. You're going to have a fireplace with at least the stone going up to the mantle, raised ceilings, big pantry, and then you're going to have tile showers. You do have an insert in one of your guests. This is Summit Ridge though, so the neighborhood itself is absolutely gorgeous. You're going to have a pool, you're going to have a playground. It's set up in that ridge system where every street is kind of a little bit scaffolded. So on one side of the street, you have some privacy because nobody's looking into you, they're looking past you. And then on the other side of the street, you're actually getting a little bit of a view. So that's what that looks like. And then the backyard, they took them in winter. So let's pull it up. It's not going to be anything huge. Your fence line is going to be right here. So right behind these guys, if I can get my cursor. But that's going to be one of the ones in Nampa. So new construction, 709,000. So now we're down to 710 compared to some of the similar homes that are going to be higher in that 700s range. You're also going to have options out here that give you the space. So this one is going to be a 2,200 square foot home up at 775,000, but this is going to be almost 2 acres, 1.83 to be exact. It is a little bit of an older home. You're going to be at 1996. So there's going to be some things that are going to feel a little bit dated. The kitchen not being quite as open, big island, some of those floor plan things, they've just changed over the years. But overall, what you're looking for here is you're looking for a home that you like and that can work for you. But really the people who buy this are the ones that want 1.83 acres. That's a different lifestyle. You're going to see on here, they have a little outbuilding in the back. Some very, very unique things that in a lot of the area that would just continue to drive the price up, that land size. But out here in kind of that South Nampa area, you can get this for under 800,000. And then finally, just because there were not a ton, which kind of surprised me a little bit, out in Caldwell, there was really only one option. So this guy is at 725,000, just under 2,800 square feet. So you're getting some really good size. This one is going to be on just over an acre. So you're going to have some interesting looking features, some design choices. It's going to be a little bit more dated. This one again is 1996, so actually the exact same year as the last. Going to have some nice cabinetry. As you're going through, you're going to see that this is kind of where that goes in Caldwell, but again, you're going to have over an acre. One of the things that I like to point out here though, and I know I pointed it out at the beginning, this is one of those that if you're looking and you're saying, wow, I don't think that's worth that, or wow, that's an absolute killer deal. Homes are only worth what somebody will pay for them. This one's been on the market for 115 days, so it might be a little bit high, but it's also an acre in Caldwell. And when you look in that price range on the map, you can see that there's not much else going on. So overall, just to get your bearings again, that's all of the homes in our area that are in that 700,000 to 800,000 range. We looked at one in Southeast Boise, came over to West, hopped into Eagle for a little bit. We had 2 in South Meridian. We had a couple in Kuna, Spur Wing here in North Meridian. You're going to have Star, Middleton. Then you're going to have Nampa and Caldwell over here. So there is some diversity in what you're going to get for a certain price point, but that's kind of a good place to start. Okay, there you have it. That is kind of a quick little overview on what that budget in that roughly 700,000s would get you up here in our area. If you have any questions at all of my information is down below. I'd absolutely love to chat, answer your specific question. And if this wasn't the right budget for you to look at, drop a comment down below with the budget that you would like me to do next, and I'll kind of throw that one up towards the beginning of our queue as we explore this entire thing across the valley. But thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button down below. That way you are the first to know everything you need to know about living up here in the Boise, Idaho area. And until then, watch one of these videos that's popping up, and I'll see you all on the next one.